Part 2 of Steph and Liv's North American adventure. This next part is a lot more wholesome than part 1, as we are coming to you from Windsor, Essex County, Ontario. When you're from the southernmost part of Canada, you of course have to take all of your friends to see Point Pelee, which is the southernmost part of Canada. It was a beautiful day. The water looked like Caribbean blue, so pretty out there. Next up was lunch at one of my favorite spots, Calisani's, and then we had a lovely dinner with my grandfather and his fiance Madeline. It was wonderful. So good to have a home-cooked meal with some dessert at this point. Stopped in to see my high school bestie and her kiddos, and the sunset was looking absolutely stunning. Then we stopped by for a quick peek at the riverfront, and as always, a lovely view of the Detroit skyline. And that completed the Ontario part of our journey. Now back to America for some true debauchery, which began with a little college night out with my brother Luke, followed by a Phillies game the next night. Told Steph she could not come to America without riding a bull, and she did so like an absolute pro. Was I a good friend and took a turn on there as well? Absolutely not. But did I support from the sidelines? Of course I did. The operator was very nice to her, probably because she put on quite the show. It's always such a wild, fun time when we're together, and Philly was absolutely no exception. Post Steph surviving the bull ride, the next day we tooted all around Philly and ended on the Victory rooftop. Jaleesa was finally there. The new trio was together. It was so good to see her. Jaleesa is one of my fave creeps from Hawaii, and it was amazing to be reunited. Of course, we could not just have one wild night out in Philly. We had to run it back on the Saturday. And of course, after a wild night out, we could not let Steph leave the city without an Eagles jersey. Go Birds. We ended the weekend much more wholesomely than it began, with a little crab feast at the Bernath house. This was our first time doing crabs, and it was absolutely delicious.